All right, people, NBA playoffs. It's an exciting time if your team's lucky enough to make the playoffs, unlike my team, which perpetually sucks. All right, let's get right into it. Number one versus number eight seed in the West. Warriors versus Blazers. I don't think anyone's picking the Blazers to win this series, and that's no slight against the Blazers. This is just a shitty time to be a good to great team because you got these elite super teams like the Warriors are. So Warriors advance. Number four versus number five in the West Coast. It's the Clippers versus the Jazz. I want to pick an upset here. I'm going to pick the Jazz. I know they lost the series 3-1 this regular season, but I don't know. There's something special about this team. I mean, Gobert is Defensive Player of the Year in my opinion, and I think he can really give that team fits. I know you got a stacked team with the Clippers, but let's just make things interesting. I'm going with the Jazz. Number three versus number six in the West is the Rockets versus Oklahoma City. I think everyone's going to be really excited to see this series. Two MVP candidates in James Harden and Russell Westbrook. Harden had an amazing year, but if I were to give the MVP to someone, man, how can you not give it to Westbrook and all his triple doubles? I think Harden's my favorite player, not on the Knicks. So it's a tough decision for me, but how can you not give it to Westbrook? I know he gets some superficial stats like the rebounding shit, but it's still incredible. So you got to go with Westbrook in the MVP. But for this series, I'm still going with the Rockets. Two, Spurs versus number seven Memphis Grizzlies. Got to go with the Spurs. I mean, Popovich, Leonard also is a dark horse candidate for the MVP. So I'm always going to go with Popovich when he's the higher seed. The East, first round, number one versus number eight, the Celtics versus the Bulls. Celtics, amazing year. Isaiah Thomas showing out incredible shooting stats, like incredible true shooting percentage. The dude's a baller. I got Al Horford making an immediate impact as everyone expected. Great defensive players all around. Great team play. Got to choose the Celtics. Bulls, congrats on them making into the playoffs, though. Number four versus number five, the Wizards versus the Hawks. This is going to be a really interesting matchup, but I got to go with the Wizards. I think they're on a mission with Wall, Beal, and Porter. I think they're a great team, exciting team. Number three versus number six, the Raptors versus the Bucks. Antetokounmpo, like if that's how you pronounce it, I pronounce it a different way every time I say it. But what an amazing year. Led his team in points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, I think. He's just a beast at 7 feet tall to be able to run the court like that. Insane. But you got a team that is really hot right now, the Raptors. They've been in the playoffs. Let me just say, I think it's going to be a tough matchup, but I don't see any way the Raptors lose this. They're just a seasoned veteran team that know how to play. Number two versus number seven, Cavaliers versus the Pacers. Easy choice. I mean, Paul George can give LeBron fits, but then who stops Kyrie? Who stops Kevin Love? Let's go switch back to the West, the second round. Warriors versus the Jazz. I think that's, again, super team, so can't fault the Jazz, or even if the Clippers, if they make it, gonna go with the Warriors. Next matchup, the Rockets versus the Spurs. I think this is going to be a good matchup, but if you stick Kawhi Leonard on Harden, I think this could be a really quick series. No disrespect to the Rockets, but the Spurs just know how to get it done. To the East Coast, second round, the Celtics versus the Wizards. Again, I think the Celtics will be too much for the Wizards, but I would not be surprised if the Wizards pull it out. Cavs versus Raptors. I gotta go Cavs, right? I don't think anyone's not picking the Cavs and the Warriors to make the final. Spoiler alert, but so let's just jump right into it. Cavaliers versus the Celtics. This, I think, is going to be a more interesting matchup than most people think. I don't think it's going to be an easy road for the Cavaliers at all, especially since they've been kind of slumping their way into the playoffs. I mean, they're making the playoffs, but they were number one seed for most of the year, and then the Celtics came in and snuck the number one seed. But this is going to be a tough matchup, but I got to go with the Cavaliers. I think playoffs, LeBron just knows he's Mr. Conference Finals, Mr. Finals. He's ridiculous, so got to go with the Cavaliers. Um, Back on the Western Conference Finals, Warriors versus the Spurs. That's also, I think, a very good matchup. But I gotta go with the Warriors. I mean, Leonard and that team know how to get it done. But you stick Leonard on Curry. Who do you put Leonard on? You put him on Kevin Durant, right? Right. If Kevin Durant has a bad game, then you got Steph Curry, another MVP, former MVP. Then if he has a bad game, you have Klay Thompson. If Klay Thompson if in the event that all three have a bad game, which won't happen, you got Draymond Green who knows how to show out. It's just way too much. I think they're just ridiculously stacked, and I got to go with the Warriors. And to no surprise to anyone, I got the Warriors and Cavs in the finals. This is a really tough matchup, but I got to go with the Warriors. I mean, they won. I can't remember how many games last year, and that was without Kevin Durant. Now you got Kevin Durant to play D on LeBron or whoever. I think it's just way too many people. But these are two true super teams. I think it's going to be really, really, really tough, even with Kevin Durant, but I think the Warriors pull it out. So that's it. I got the Warriors as champs. Let me know what you guys think. All right, thanks. Bye.